Hey y'all, so I just want to briefly share with you the anatomy of the Bible. Okay, so if you are somebody like me, I did not know anything really about the Bible up until I was in my early 20s when I really just all out began to seek the Lord, and I was just done with this world. I was done with myself. I was like, God, do with me what you will. And I just started diving deep into the word, right? But before that, I could not have told you the first book of the Bible, the last book of the Bible. I was mispronouncing books of the Bible. The Psalms I called the Palms. Job I called Job. Like, I had no idea, okay? I didn't know a lot of things, okay? So I want to share this because I know there's other people out there like me, because I've talked to them over the years. I'll be referencing something and I'll say something about the Old Testament or the New Testament, and they have no idea what I'm talking about, okay? So I just briefly want to introduce you to this, okay? And in my hopes that you will truly begin to seek the Lord and get in the Word and study it out yourself, okay? So all right, so this is my Bible, and we are going to open it up. My Bible is falling apart, but we're in Genesis is the beginning, right? And Genesis starts the Old Testament. You got the story of creation in here, so on and so forth, okay? And then there's several other books throughout here. You see creation, and then you see where Moses leads people out of Pharaoh's reign, basically, out of slavery. Okay, so these are all Old Testament books that you will open up to starting out in the Bible here. Okay. Oh, beautiful book. Hosea. A lot of prophecies and a lot of different things. A lot of people doing what was right in their own eyes. You'll see where, God's just drawing people to Himself, wanting people to listen and to obey, right? But a lot of times people didn't, and God would once again, do something to help restore His people if they would just so turn back to Him, right? So we see these stories all throughout the Old Testament, and a lot of prophecies we see leading up to Jesus, which is in the New Testament. That's where that begins, with the birth of Jesus Christ, okay? So we're going to get there. But all these books, this is Old Testament, this is before Jesus. Again, creation, we see people, nations rise and fall through their obedience or disobedience to God, right? And then we're going to get into the New Testament, and this is, and some Bibles are broken up, right, and they just kind of tell you what's what. So this starts out with the 4 Gospels, okay, and it kind of gives you a little rundown of what's what here. So the New Testament, we'll start with the book of Matthew. You got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the 4 Gospels starting out, right? And then here's the rest. This is the New Testament. So toward the back of the Bible is the New Testament, okay? Again, old is before Jesus Christ was born. New is after Jesus is born, and so on and so forth. You can buy Bibles that have old and new together, but like I've referenced y'all before to the Dollar Tree, there are New Testament sections of the Bible. A lot of times they're for $1.25. That's a great place to start, okay?